Stand clear of the closing doors! In this video, I'm excited to share my experience and thoughts on Washington DC and why it sucks. Before we begin our ride, let me introduce myself. I'm Transit Nomad, a world traveler, business owner, music composer, filmmaker, and life coach on a mission to explore cities through the lens of public transportation. Please consider paying your fare by liking and subscribing or buying me a coffee using the link below. All aboard, let's go! And this brings us to our last chapter, affordability, accessibility, and overall value. As you may have guessed from the high Washington DC metro rail prices, this city is incredibly expensive to visit. I was extremely lucky to find a small private Airbnb studio within 30 minutes from the city center for just a little over $100 per night. Most budget Airbnbs and hotels start at around $150 per night and usually cost between $200 and $300 per night, including all fees, with more comprehensive options being priced much higher, especially when the location is close to the city center. Because the main attractions in Washington DC are kind of spread out, with Metrorail being so expensive and bus service being so poor, I recommend paying extra to stay in the city center using rideshare services or renting a car. If you can find a place within walking distance from some of the destinations on your list, that would probably be your best option. So you can spend more time exploring nicer places rather than commuting through the unattractive areas. I can't believe I'm saying this because I'm a huge transit fan, and I usually prefer exploring cities using public transportation, but not in Washington DC. And in my opinion, this city is worth visiting only if you really must see those federal buildings or are very much into museums. Otherwise, you'll probably have a better time visiting New York, Chicago, San Francisco, or just about any other big city in the United States. So, my affordability, accessibility, and overall value score for Washington DC is going to be 3 out of 10. And on this note, I'm going to reveal the entire city score that includes all the categories we've discussed. Are you ready? And that score is 42 out of 100, making it one of the worst places to live in or visit in the United States, at least at the end of 2024. I hope that Washington DC learns from other cities and changes for the better. As an example of a city that is almost perfect, I'd like to bring up Vienna, the capital of Austria. It's been rated as the most livable city on the planet for several years in almost every category. I've had the privilege of visiting it personally, and I plan on reviewing it on this channel in the near future, along with many other cities. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. And leave a comment below letting me know how you would rate Washington DC. Perhaps there is something I missed, or maybe your experience was better. If you are planning on visiting Washington DC, you should definitely do some research and know where you're going. National Mall and the area around it is pretty big, and everything is much more spread out than it might seem. Be sure to research your options before your trip so you don't have to waste time on that while being in the city. Visiting all the museums and government buildings probably won't be possible, no matter how fast and productive you think you can be. To make things easy, I've prepared an awesome 3-day itinerary based on my personal experience that should be perfect for active travelers looking to see a little bit of everything, featuring my personal favorite destinations along with the most popular spots that are free to visit. Everything is rated on a 1 to 10 scale and organized based on location and convenience, which should save you plenty of time. If you subscribe or donate any amount, no matter how big or how small, on Buy Me a Coffee, you will get immediate access to this itinerary as a thank you for your support. I'm very excited about our new community, and I hope you can be a part of it. Whether it's for exploring transit systems around the world, making new friends, or finding guidance on achieving your life goals. thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.